You all know what this is, don't you? Yes, of course you do. It's a bag of potatoes. Do you know where potatoes come from? If you come with me, I'll show you. This is where potatoes come from. They grow in the earth. Flowers and vegetables all grow in the earth, but they grow slowly. You have to wait for them to grow. These boys are digging the ground, ready to plant potatoes. New potatoes grow from old potatoes, like this one. These old ones are called seed potatoes. They're put in boxes so they'll begin to grow new shoots. Can you see the little marks on the potatoes? We call them eyes. The new shoots will grow from the eyes of the potato. We put the seed potatoes in boxes in February. February is the second month of the year. These children are going to plant some flower seeds in boxes. First, they fill the boxes with fine soil and press it down with a stick. Here's a packet of seeds. There's a picture of marigolds on the front. Let's have a look at the seeds. Marigold seeds are long. They look like little paintbrushes. They have to be sprinkled onto the soil in the tray. Then they will be covered with a little more soil and watered to make them grow into marigolds. Let's look at the seeds of another kind of flower, seeds that will grow into hollyhocks. These seeds are quite a different shape, aren't they? They're round and flat. They also begin to grow in boxes. Later, when they are small plants, they will be put into the ground. A whole month passes before my next visit to the garden. The boys are going to plant the potatoes. That's a nice straight trench, isn't it? The boys are digging a trench for the potatoes. The seed potatoes have sprouted well, haven't they? Look how the shoots have grown from the eyes of the potatoes. They sprinkle some fertiliser onto the bottom of the trench. This will help the potatoes to grow roots. Now the potatoes can be put carefully in place, with the new shoots at the top. When all the potatoes are in place, they will be covered with earth. Then we must wait for them to grow. A month later, in April, the flower seeds we planted in boxes have started to grow. Each hollyhock seed has become a tiny plant, a seedling. The seedlings are put into a new box with more room to grow. We do the same thing with the marigolds. Soon they will be strong enough to plant out of doors. Let's go outside and see how the potatoes are getting on. It's just coming through, isn't it? Yes, there it is. Oh, that's good. Some of the potatoes have got two shoots showing above the ground. Now we're going to plant some carrots and radishes. Carrot and radish seeds can be planted straight out in the garden. We sprinkle the seeds onto the soil in a straight line. Then we cover the seeds lightly with earth. Next time we come to the garden in May, everything will be growing well. Do you remember the marigold seedlings? They've grown much bigger, and they're ready to be planted out in the garden. This time we use a trowel to measure how far apart to plant the marigolds. They need room to grow even bigger. We dig a small hole and plant the marigold in it. The hollyhocks are also ready to be planted outside. When all the marigolds and hollyhocks are in the ground, they must be watered. Plants need water to make them grow. The potatoes have grown a lot since our last visit, and the boys are earthing them up. This makes the new potatoes grow better. The radishes are beginning to grow too. Of course, we can only see the leaves above the ground. The part we eat grows under the ground, just like the potatoes and carrots. June is usually a sunny month. Plants need lots of sun to help them to grow. Do you remember how small the hollyhocks were when we planted them in the garden? This one has already grown up to my knee. The marigolds are growing as well. Some of them have started to flower. Now let's see how the radishes are getting on. Some of them are quite big and ready for eating. Just think, each radish grew from a tiny seed. It's July. We're going to have a show of flowers and vegetables at our school. We're hoping to win a prize with some of the things we've grown. Here's a potato plant being dug up. The potatoes are ready for cooking and eating. Look how many new potatoes have grown from one old potato. The radishes are also ready. We must choose the very best ones to put on show. The warm sun has helped the marigolds to flower. The bees love them. The hollyhocks are in flower too. They grow as tall as a man. Now we're ready for the school show. Lots of boys and girls have brought along the vegetables and flowers that they've grown. We are very pleased with our vegetables. There are our potatoes, and our carrots, and look, our radishes have won a prize.